Alright, so we finally get to the ominous fog, and I was right off expecting the screen to change or get a loading screen or something, but Demon Souls doesn't work that way, so I just went right through. It had already loaded the map for me. I saw a bunch of guys down there. I didn't really feel like just jumping down there. Fortunately, I couldn't yet. The wall being there and everything. There is a guy down at the end of this, though. Actually took me aback here. What he did is he threw the firebomb here, as you see, and it blew up everything in front of it. So I learned there that the non-targetable objects around you in your environment are flammable, which is convenient. I didn't know that before, but it was a cool effect, and I was very happy that I dodged it. So I took him out and then went down here, looked, there's this guy here, and he was joined by another guy that I did not see coming, but I was able to take them out. Did a little bit of trouble just because it's harder for me, I don't know if it is for anyone else, harder for me to dodge two people at the same time and still attack, and still take people out without taking much damage, but was able to get a riposte. So when you're doing that, you don't take damage, and was lucky that I didn't when the guy attacked me. Anyways, just took a look out here. I'm checking my stuff. Not really impressed with some of the items that I picked up. I looked here, there was this item here, the halberd, that I wanted to use, but I couldn't yet. I had acquired several mail breakers, which is what I have equipped now. This slave's shield is the most unimpressive equipment that you can find, at least in this level. Perhaps in any of the levels, I don't know. That would be Kira's field of expertise, but I decided that since you can't sell the items as you normally could to an NPC, that I would just drop them. There is no reason for me to carry them around. I needed more room. Here I was expecting someone right behind these planks because that is what I had been accustomed to encountering thus far. Instead, and it kind of spooked me a little bit, I came in here and I found nothing at first. So I was immediately suspicious there should be something there, and there was. So I decided if there was something that I wanted to be able to go through straight out and not run into anything. But I looked and there's this guy, and my brain said, it's Gollum from Lord of the Rings. And I looked, expecting him to be an enemy, and he wasn't. So he talked to me. Sounds distinctly Scottish or Irish, like the Vikings you would see portrayed in movies. However accurate that might be, he had that accent, you know, and he sold me some stuff. So I was looking at what he had. He had restorative items, and I wanted so badly to get those, and I saw how much things actually cost, and I decided if there was anything that I was going to buy, it would be probably armor, because the weapons were a bit more than I could afford. I could find healing items probably anywhere I went further on, so I decided, you know what, I'll just get armor. So I was looking between the helmet and the boots, and I decided on the boots because they cost a little more, which I still could afford, and gave me more armor. So I settled for that, and made the mistake of speaking to him, thinking that he might give me some useful bit of information, and instead he wanted to give me some rhetoric, historical information, of which I particularly was not interested. So I didn't really care to talk to him anymore. So after this, I left. There's this part here that I edited out because I was actually talking to Kura at this time. He noticed that I had finally reached the merchant and was congratulating me because I actually made it much past the point where I was before. So I was talking to him, so I spent several seconds there, a couple of minutes, just staring at the wall in-game. So I cut that out for your convenience. So here I am, I'm exploring, and I'm looking here. I'm closer to these guys down in the courtyard than I originally had anticipated I would be. I wasn't really sure how to get down there yet, so I'm just looking around, really. I'm not exceptionally skilled with directions at first. Once I learn my way around, I'm good to go. But in the beginning, it takes me a little bit to get my sense of bearings, so here I am. I thought for some reason I could smash through that wall and unlock a secret passage that didn't work, so I left. I see that my item is there, the items I dropped, the dumb slave shields, so I finally realized that I was somewhere different. Those barrels weren't there before, so I went ahead and did my traditional kick and slash. This is about the point where I realized that I really needed to angle my camera where I wanted to hit and not direct my character in the direction I wanted to hit. So anyways, I'm looking around. I notice there's a couple of guys around the corner. There's a little cool ridge here where I can stand and look at everything. Didn't want to drop down though. It looks like they made it so I could. I'm not really interested in doing that. I was actually surprised here, these guys that jumped down. I was not expecting that. That hadn't happened yet in the game, but at this point, Demon's Souls kind of desensitized me to surprises, so I realized there that I hadn't targeted anything, I hadn't locked on, and I wasted 2 flame bombs. Fortunately, timing was impeccable right there, as a certain dodo might say. Was able to take these guys out with surprising ease. I was actually pleased with myself and kind of skeptical about how I did that. Anyways, it got me some good old grass. Seems like how you heal yourself in this game is you chew some grass or do other things with it, and I'll leave that up to your speculation. Anyways, I found 3 different kinds of grass. There was crescent moon grass, which is the most basic type of healing item. There was half moon grass, the intermediate, and then late moon grass, which gave me quite a bit. At this point, I think I only had 2 of late moon grass, didn't want to waste it a whole lot. Anyways, here there was a couple of crossbowmen, or archers, whatever you want to call them. Wasn't really too scared of them here, but I was kind of still wary of more guys jumping in from the sides, popping up out of nowhere, but took a look around. There's nowhere really for me to go besides there, so I figured, okay, whatever, let's go. You can see my effective maneuvering here. Almost look intoxicated. My character is doing a zigzag down the line, and it's just a game, but in the real world, I suppose that you might want to do something similar, except you would want to run a whole heck of a lot faster if people were shooting arrows or bullets at you. But anyways, I made it through here. Did my smash through of everything, no items. Went up, there was that guy on the top, so did a couple of rolls, made sure I didn't get hit. Almost rolled right off this little deck here. But I did not. I took his items, and there was a guy here who gave me his soul. Looks like he doesn't know who he was. I don't know who he was. It's an unknown soldier's soul. I made the mistake of falling here. Last night when I played, and I was not expecting to fall here, this was a surprise to me, kind of scared me a little. But last night when I played, I had made a couple of falls like this in some of the first staircases you will see on this level, and to my surprise I died, and I guess that shouldn't have been so surprising, but what struck me as strange was that here I didn't die, even though I fell from a considerably high place, and the other night I died at almost the same distance that I had just fallen here, and I didn't really understand why one was so much different than the other. But you can die from falling, apparently not from here at any of these points. Anyways, I'm here in the courtyard and taking these guys out. I expected there would be more of them. I guess not. There's what, 4? I'm not really paying attention. I've already done this. There's still that guy up there, so I'm trying to stay out of his reach. Went back up and back to where I was just a minute ago. So all I have to do is kind of backtrack, go back up to where the poor archer there are a lot of places where enemies can hide in this area here in the next few minutes. There's only a couple of minutes left for this video. This guy was annoying. He dealt quite a bit of damage, and it was just annoying to deal with him on the steps. I found it interesting here that he was kind of rigged in the pattern that I had mentioned before. He was just stuck doing his thing. Like, he wouldn't attack there a second ago until I had attacked. So clearly he was a type of enemy that was made to swing and attack when my guard is down, and to guard and try to riposte me, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I got a kick out of having my character there, having an arrow sticking out of her neck, still fighting strong. But anyways, I decided I had enough of this guy, and I equipped some turpentine, which I found was very effective. Did lots of damage, much easier to deal fire damage than trying to aim a firebomb, at least for me. So once I had done that, he was easy to take down, but clearly meant to be a little bit of a stronger enemy, more defense, was able to retaliate, healing. But there's this guy up here. There's not really a whole lot else I do to explore here. I took another fall, a bit clumsy on this part here, but no big deal. Able to go right back up. Already taking care of most of the enemies up here, so there's not really a whole lot left for me to do but to go over and head up to the next part. So that's what I'll do here. Just grab a quick item here, and then once I've done that, I will go through the fog. So that will be part 5, I believe. Go through here, and you will see that next time, and you will see that link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in part 5.